Okay, we are live. Hang on. I'm just trying to get myself organized. Well, hello. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Glenda Barrington, and I am so excited to be here today. For many women in debt, um, or I should say, hello. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Glenda Barrington. Hang on. I am so excited to be here today. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is fix this. So we're having a technical glitch because I did not turn off the volume here somewhere. Ah, there we go. So everything always starts with a little bit of fun. So let's try this again. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Glenda Barrington, and once again, I am still excited to be here. For many women, being in debt can feel like being in a bad relationship. You know, the kind of relationship that just tears them down, stresses them out, and basically makes them feel like crap. I help women break up with their debt and kick it to the curb. However, to reach this level of financial wellness, it takes more than just paying off the bills. The state of someone's finances can impact other areas of their life. And if a person's struggling in other areas of their life, it can have a negative impact on their finances. Because when you look at it, everything is actually all intertwined. And that's why I brought together a group of experts in financial literacy, mindset, self care, and self confidence to create the Essentials of Financial Wellness giveaway. And what it is, it's a bundle of free tools, training, and more to support women on their life's journey. Over the next 4 days, I'll be chatting with some of the awesome women who've contributed to the giveaway bundle, and you'll get to learn a little about them and the free gift. Today, um, the clutter expert and best-selling author Mel Mason is joining me, and I'm so happy to have her here. Mel, I am so happy that you can make it here with us today.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, Glenda. I'm honored to be here. I'm excited for the giveaway.
Yay! So tell me, Mel, you are the clutter expert and a best-selling author. Can you tell us more about that? Because it sounds so friggin' exciting and interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm known as the clutter expert because I was the cluttered, messy kid. You couldn't see my floor. It was completely covered, and it wasn't just with stuff, it was with trash as well. I was fine living in that environment. And what I didn't realize at the time is the outside is just a mirror of the inside. And if you only address the outside without doing anything about the inside, the clutter comes right back. It's why you can clean a surface off, you can organize your garage, or you can clear out your closet, but in no time it goes right back to the way that it was. Well, I had a series of events that happened in my life with a lot of trauma and loss that led me to live in a residential treatment center for adolescents where I was introduced to yoga and mindfulness at a really young age. And as a result of being introduced to yoga and mindfulness, I learned how to basically come home and be present with myself and in my body for all of the stuff that I had been running from trauma and loss and abandonment and, resentments and fears and limiting beliefs and all of that stuff. And as a result of being willing to be present for all of that, something totally magical happened. I went from being that cluttered, messy kid who was completely fine living in filth to someone who could no longer tolerate clutter. And I had to change my outside environment to match my inside. And so that's pretty much how it started, was with me going from this completely cluttered, messy kid where you couldn't see the floor to someone who can no longer tolerate clutter and loves to create order out of chaos.
Wow, that is amazing. Like, I know even for myself, sometimes, things get a little rough looking around, but I don't think I've ever thought about the connection between, your space outside and actually what's happening on the inside. I mean, I know a lot of times, when we look out and we see you know, how you bring people into your life, or you bring things towards you, is like this attraction thing. But I never ever thought of it in a way that connected it to clutter. So wow, thank you for kind of shining a light on that one. So
Yeah,
now,
well, check this out. I mean, well, check this out too. I mean, people, when they hear the word clutter, the first thing they think of is all that stuff that's accumulating, the piles, the drawers
yeah,
overflowing, the not being able to park your car in the garage. But ultimately, it's your birthright to be happy and abundant in every area of your life. And clutter is anything that gets in the way of that. It's not just physical stuff. It's all the repressed emotions, the resentments, the fears, the limiting beliefs, the toxic relationships, the overeating, the gambling, the drinking, whatever it manifests as for you. It's not just clutter, but it all comes from the same inner clutter.
wow, wow, that's so cool. Well, it's not as cool, but you know what I mean. That Yeah, I never, because like you said, it's true. When you think of clutter, it's more like the tangible things, right? Like
Hmm.
the mess that's around you, and you don't necessarily think of everything else that's happening. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, that's why what I do is I help my clients clear the clutter and gain clarity in every area of their lives, because that's ultimately what happens when you start to do what I teach you. You get clarity in every area of your life, because clutter is just anything that keeps you from accessing your birthright. We all came here to be abundant and happy, and God is showering it down on us. We're just too busy with closed hands to receive any of it. So
yeah. Yeah, you can't pick up anything if your fists are in the way, right? So true.
ding,
So
ding, ding.
yeah, exactly. It's one of those moments, right?
Oh, wait, my hands are closed, but all this money's falling down. What do I do? But I don't want to let go. But I don't have any money. But I don't want to let go. But I don't have any money.
There you go. It's like a catch 22, right?
I might need this someday, but I don't have any money. But I might need this someday.
Okay, yeah, so I'm one of those people. I might need this someday. And you hang on to it for a couple years, and then it's like, well, what the heck did I even hang on to this for? Oh, because I might need it someday. Okay, so I'm not that bad anymore. I've actually learned to release some things, like my cardboard box collection. But now if I could only lose the gift bags, Mel, I would be all good. But so what prompted you to be a contributor in to this giveaway?
I just feel, I mean, my whole thing, my whole life is that, my experience has been meant to help others. That's actually the only thing that got me through a lot of the trauma that I went through in my life, was knowing that my experience was meant to help others. You don't go through stuff in life. Life doesn't just happen to you. It happens for you so that you can serve your mission on this planet. And my whole idea is to be able to get my message out to the world. So what a better way to do that than through a challenge and sharing my book that I wrote.
That's beautiful. So speaking of your book, can you tell us a little more about it, because you've contributed to the bundle, so anyone can download a copy of your book in I guess, an e-format. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. So last year I wrote a book, Freedom from Clutter, the guaranteed foolproof step-by-step process to remove the stuff that's weighing you down. Talks about all the different types of clutter, the inner clutter, the outer clutter, talks about my story, my experience, and how I got to where I am, and gives you all the tips and tricks and the step-by-steps and how-tos that you need to address all the different types of clutter that show up in your life. And so what I'm doing for the bundle is you can read the whole PDF and download it for free just by putting your name and email address in it. freegiftfrommel.com. freegiftfrommel.com, and you can download the book for free.
Excellent. And I can't wait to get my copy and read it, because I'm sure I have a lot to learn.
And if you do read all the way to the end, if you look at the end, there is a way to access coaching call with me. So if you want access to me for 30 minutes, which you can't do unless you actually work with me, you commit to an annual agreement with me. You normally can't get any time with me. So you get a 30-minute clutter assessment with me. If you get to the back of the book, there's a way for you to access that.
Wow, that's such an awesome gift. And I'm so thankful that you were able to contribute it to the giveaway.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm happy to help.
Well, Mel, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today, and definitely for sharing a little bit your awesome story, and of course your awesome contribution to the Essentials of Financial Wellness giveaway. And believe me, all of it is greatly, greatly appreciated. Geez, first day with new tongue, I can't even speak. So, ladies, if you are ready to step up and take control of your finances and take care of yourself at the same time, this giveaway could be life changing. We want to help you to get started. So, grab your free gifts and let us support you on your journey. And I've put a link in the description so you can come in, claim as many gifts as you want because they are there for the taking. But the giveaway ends on Friday, this coming Friday, May 28th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. And on that note, we are out of here. So you all have yourselves a wonderfully fantabulous kind of day, and always, always, always let your awesomeness shine. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.